My name is Sky Henry, and I work at American Councils for International Education. And tonight I'm going to talk to you about two programs, NISLY Y and Yes Abroad. Both are U.S. State Department citizen diplomacy, people-to-people exchanges, and they're also merit-based scholarships. NISLY Y stands for National Security Language Initiative for Youth. So as such, it's a program that's focused on teaching young Americans a critical language. So the program has formal language classes every day. Participants go to formal language classes every day, have language buddies, and take part in cultural classes that are usually taught in the target language. There are both summer and academic programs available, and here are the languages that are offered for NISLY Y at the moment. And the way you apply is to a specific language of interest, not to the program overall, and not to a specific host country that you want to live in. Yes Abroad also has a language component. We want you to learn the language of your host country, but the focus of the program is not language acquisition, it's cultural immersion. So applicants apply to the program overall, and then are placed in a host country by program staff. It's academic year only, so no summer option. And because it's not a language program, but it's a cultural immersion program, we want you to learn about your host country by living in a host family like NISLY Y does as well, but also attending a local high school and participating in extracurricular activities with your friends as available. You also do take language classes, and we really want you to learn about life in your host country through living life in your host country. General benefits of studying abroad, like a lot of people have said, you really open yourself up to new experiences and opportunities. You may learn about things that you never even knew existed. You certainly develop skills, academic skills, life skills, interpersonal skills that help your, college experiences and future career experiences and life experiences. You connect with the world around you, maybe places you've never even heard of or places you've only read about in books. And certainly our alumni tell us that when they come back, they have an increased awareness of self and self-confidence. The scholarship covers airfare, accommodations, and food, usually through a host family, enrollment in a host school or language, in-country support in the form of a resident director or local coordinator. That's a person who oversees a cohort of participants and is there in case you need help or support or you need assistance. And participants are responsible for acquiring a passport and any pre-programmed medical expenses or immunizations that you may need. But I really want to make clear that if this is a financial burden for you and your family, if we don't want you to not be able to go on the program just because you can't acquire a passport. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you need assistance here. There are three major eligibility requirements for both programs: to be a U.S. citizen, to be 15 to 18 and a half at the start of the program, and to be enrolled in high school at the time of application. So these programs are usually for 10th, 11th, 12th grade students and gap year participants. Each program has some specific additional, more minor requirements. So I definitely encourage you to check out the requirements on the program websites. Application process is really similar for both. We both need basic personal information, in order to contact you and to learn about you. So we are looking for the right host country or family to put you in. Both have written portions. We really want to see how you deal with daily challenges in your life and what you how you manage yourself, because you're going to be on your own, living with dealing with daily problems in your everyday life, and we want to see that you're capable of doing that. There's also additional documents like parent statements and teacher recommendations, as well as all Yes Abroad applicants and select qualifying NISLY Y applicants will go through an interview. There is no one specific best candidate. Neither program has an ideal candidate. So it's not the best grades or the most superlatives or most awards or anything like that. We really want to select candidates who we think can succeed and meet the program goals. So for NISLY Y, it's to learn the target language of the host community. We really need applicants who are mature and focused and ready for an academically challenging program in that capacity and in language. Yes Abroad, not a structured language program. We really need people who are curious and open-minded and interested in a cultural immersion experience and able to manage themselves in a less structured program. Probably your host communities would be much less structured than your everyday American lives. And we want people who are reflective about what's going on around them and about themselves and how they can learn about and learn from their host communities. And certainly both programs need participants who have strong interpersonal skills and able able to develop relationships with members of their host community, able to meet cross-cultural challenges with maturity, humor, and flexibility and adaptability. Those are two really big qualities. For next program year, for 21-22, the application is closed. We're currently notifying those finalists. However, for the 22-23 program year, the application for both programs will open either later this summer or early fall, and you'll hear next spring. And if you have any questions, we'll put this contact info in the chat. I encourage you to visit both websites. Definitely follow us on social media. You'll get a really good sense of what daily life is like for our participants, and definitely hear more announcements or important things about the program. So I hope you all have a really good night, and I'll be with you in the chat.